Exactly how long I'm going to be able to be on due to me not charging anything, but first thing we're looking at, it looks like it's a U.S. Marshals plane that just landed. Pretty cool seeing it. And you can see the river back there is officially starting to not flow as much anymore. Pretty crazy seeing it, but welcome. I need to get this tablet closer. Welcome to Sky Harbor International Airport. Looks like over there we may have a little Air Canada from the looks of it. What is that? Oh my god, guys, I think that might be is that a 737-200? No way, is it? Oh dude, it is. No, it's a 737-300 series crossing. I'm not sure who it belongs to, but it's pretty neat to see. Wild. All right, this morning's off to a good start. Hey, Dan. Hey, Ray. How are you, buddy? This is cool. So we already saw like a mysterious jet up here. So let's take a look at this Southwest that's about to blast out. I actually just missed Freedom 1 because I didn't charge my router last night. And I got home and I went to bed. So I decided, why not go live today for everybody? So welcome everyone, welcome to the stream. Hopefully you guys are enjoying your lovely, lovely day. Parking is pretty crazy at Sky Harbor. I couldn't find parking in the bottom floors, so I am on the roof. So I'm in direct sunlight and it's going to wear me out. So not sure how long I will be on. As you can see, we have quite the lineup arranging for the departures. Hi, Kyle. So up next we have Southwest 1298 going to Puerto Vallarta, and then we're going to have American Airlines 1887 headed to Dallas Fort Worth. So let's take a look at our flight to Puerto Vallarta. And today we're going to actually keep it a very, very simple, clean stream. No overlays whatsoever. Keep in mind, I'm still trying to figure out this stream box. I want to make it more fun and more professional looking. But for the meanwhile, let's just keep it this way. And if you'd like to support the channel, the easiest way you can support it is by clicking like, subscribe, and share it with fellow aviation nerds. And then our flight to Dallas Fort Worth is up next. It's gonna be a very hot weekend in Phoenix. It's gonna be in the 90s. So if you guys are coming here or you live here and you go hiking, please stay hydrated. And they're off to Dallas. I heard that Texas actually got hit with some wild weather this weekend, or this week. Like there was like lots of hail and stuff going on, so. All right, let's see what this little plane is. That looks like a JSX. That is awesome, man. He started working for Envoy. That is great. Super happy, Tom. I actually am gonna go talk to a flight school later today, so kind of nervous, to be honest. So we have a Mountain Aviation Citation X that's going to be departing. That's gonna be the next one. But keep in mind, if I do start flight training again, the streams may come to an end because I'm gonna have to focus on that. And I promise not to become one of those influencer pilots who are total DBs. You can put two and two together what DB stands for. Golden. All right, we'll have what appears to be an American Airlines 737, 800 series more likely. This plane is American Airlines 1823 headed to Indianapolis. Man, I'm gonna have a nosebleed. I can already feel it. You know, like when you read about before you get a nosebleed, you can taste the blood. Yep, I can taste blood in my mouth. It's not good. It's all the stuff, like we've had a beautiful blossom time or blossom season here in Phoenix. So as a result, everything is in full bloom and it's violently attacking my nose. Live stream inside the cockpit, yeah. Thanks, Tom. Hopefully you guys are doing well. And then Sub-Zero says, hi, Kyle. It's so funny, man, like how, I don't know, in a sense, we've established a community here and it's pretty fun. I actually was planning on doing a meetup this weekend, but unfortunately, I have to get a big project out of the way. So we're gonna actually push back on the meetup maybe for like a week or two, but regardless, it doesn't have to be at the airport. Maybe we can all just meet up at a restaurant and get some food, and then we'll figure it out. Maybe we can all bring our favorite aviation stuff, and then I can probably get somebody to print those photos out for us. And this 737 is off to Indianapolis. I'll be honest, guys, this past like few months for my business have been amazing and incredible. I feel like all of the hard work I've put in the last like 6 years has culminated to this year. So I'm super happy and super blessed to have such great clients that have been very good for me. So up next we have Southwest 969 headed to Dallas, then followed by American 1968 that's going to be headed to Miami. Let's see, are you charging? Yes, it's charging, heck yeah. So the flight we're looking at is Southwest 969 headed to Dallas, and then we're gonna have our Miami flight. And if you guys are watching from work, it's Friday, so get turned up. Alright, golden. So let's go take a look at our Miami flight. Honestly, it's kind of crazy seeing all of these SkyWest planes here. All because Mesa Airlines no longer serves American. So the traditional Mesa black has been replaced by the SkyWest blues, which is pretty cool. And here we have our A321 headed to Dallas. I think it's like a 3-hour, 4-hour flight, not quite sure. And I smell burgers from Chelsea's Kitchen down there. Pretty delicious. Hey, RB. And we have Mr. Wolves from UK. How are you doing, buddy? Long time no see. It's been a while, hasn't it? Miss Wolves. Sorry, my bad. I can't see on the screen. Hi, Kate. So up next we have American Airlines 1479 headed to San Antonio, and then we're going to get Southwest 2980 headed to Chicago. I think I read somewhere there was an accident in Austin. One of the ramp agents ended up passing away, so condolences to their family. It sucks. Like yesterday, I know on the show we were talking about how crucial everybody plays a role in the whole concept of flight, from the ground crews. And it's pretty cool when we film how coordinated they are and all the hand signals. It's incredible. Up next is our flight to Chicago on board the Southwest. Hey Tom, your Boston Celtics look pretty impressive, my friend. They're pretty good. It is super windy today. Uh-oh. And they're off to Chicago. I don't know why I set this thing up in an awkward place. My tripod is set up in a really messed up place right now, so it's like, it's uneven. So right down there we have our ground crew pushing back. Yeah, Celtics are pretty incredible. So if it's your first time on our channel, welcome to Sky Harbor. My name is Slavin, people call me Slav. I run this little community we have. It's a community of plane spotters and aviation enthusiasts here in the valley. And look at this, we have a pencil sighting. We have the legendary Boeing 757 operated by Delta Airlines that just showed up. It's wild if you think about it. Boeing canceled the program, and then all of a sudden it ended up actually becoming quite the plane. I know Iceland Airlines is going to be retiring their 757s, and they're going to be switching over to the A321, the XLRs, because Boeing doesn't have a successor to this plane. And I think they're definitely missing out on the market. I know they said, oh, you have the 737 MAX 10, but I don't think the MAX 10 can serve the same amount of routes. Or it has some limitations from what I've heard. And you can see more pushback action here on the ground. That gives me some time to chill and relax. Hi, Becky. So Austin's gonna be down there this evening. Maybe one of these days I will catch you while you're working, my friend. It's always fun. So we have American Airlines 737 American 2190 headed to Omaha. If you guys remember the early times of the channel, we had a guy named Will Smith that just kept saying Omaha until Kate banned him for life. It was annoying. So this is actually going to be a test for this tablet I'm using because it's in direct sunlight, so hopefully it doesn't kill it. And enjoy Omaha. I don't even know what is in Omaha. And I'm sorry if you live in Omaha. No mean to be disrespectful. There's just, yeah. I'm going to shut up right now before I say anything stupid. And there we have our little Embraer taxiing out right after the Southwest. And our next departure is American Airlines 2203. It's an A320 that is headed to Madison. It's our Madison-bound flight with its engines rumbling down the runway. And then it looks like we have one of our SkyWest CRJs departing. These little CRJs are cool, man. Every time I see them, I'm like, they look sleek. Tom, I know that Envoy is opening up a base here in Phoenix, so you never know, maybe Leah's boyfriend might be there. And up next we have another Southwest Airlines. So we have Southwest 5560 headed to Salt Lake City. That is our flight to Salt Lake City. And right after that, we might either get the Southwest to Oklahoma City or an American Airlines going to Austin. So that is going to be determined very, very soon. Unless something cuts in front of the line. And in the corner, you guys can actually see the Delta gates. And I just dropped $50 on the floor. Yes, that's my money. Ugh. When you get older, bending down is not good. we are airborne. Golden. And there's our, I do not use a Sony Handycam, I use a Panasonic, my friend. So we have Southwest 5071 going to Oklahoma City. Then we're going to get Envoy 3848 going to El Paso. I used to fly quite a bit to El Paso in one of my previous roles as a photographer for a job. I did find like an old early 2000s Sony Handycam. It shoots 480p. I may actually shoot some footage from that camera just so I can have it. It looks nostalgic. As we await this Southwest, it's going to be departing for Oklahoma City. And then we have our Envoy going to El Paso. And then most likely American Airlines 1083 that's going to be going to Austin. I have too many apps on my phone. I should delete stuff. I have a McDonald's app. Why? I don't know. Trust me, Kyle, you'll see, man. Once you have a bunch of random injuries add up, your body starts hurting over time. So smash that like, guys. It helps the channel, helps the YouTube algorithm rediscover us since we haven't been on as much. But think about it, I've been live 3 times this week, which is kind of like the good old days where I used to go like 4 or 5 times a week. But then I realized I wasn't making any money off of this. I was actually losing money, and I was losing money on my business, so business became a #1 priority. And this became more of a hobby again. Because I wasn't enjoying it. Alright, cool. Let's go check out the Envoy as it's rumbling down the runway. And it's headed to El Paso. It's a little Embraer 175. This airplane's kind of growing on me. We used to do night streams, but that takes a lot of energy and effort, and I'm lazy. American Airlines 1083 is headed to Austin, and then we have Southwest 2055 headed to Hawaii. No, it's like the night streams, I have to set up my cinema camera, and I'm not going to put hours in the cinema camera just to... It's going to end up killing my $7,000 camera, so not going to happen. But we do get some good views. Like one of my favorite night streams we ever did on this channel was when we were actually catching the red engines. That was kind of a cool freaking experience. Where's Hunter working? And here goes our Hawaii flight. I gotta sneeze. Excuse me. Sneezing. I need to put a sandbag on this freaking tripod. Seriously. As my niece would say, seriously. It's crazy. Like, I remember my little niece was 2 years old. Now that kid's gonna be like 10. That's wild. Time flies, man. So Southwest 2366 headed to Honolulu, and then Southwest 626 headed to Omaha. And then we just had Sun Country Airlines show up over the taxi bridge. Golden. And there is our Sun Country Airlines 737 pulling into the gates. Yep, the red engines and red shirt guy, that was the most hilarious part. And I think the funniest moment we ever had, like, I don't know if you guys remember, when I started filming a train and then some guy ended up causing such a big scene and everybody on the chat regulated on him. And I thought that was the most hilarious moment. Like, it's like, why are you filming trains? It's my stream, bro. And here comes our Sun Country Airlines. And up next we have Southwest 626 headed to Omaha. So we'll go take a look at the Omaha bound flight. So it is 9:39 in the morning. Kyle. Then we should be getting United Airlines 789 that's going to be headed to Denver, crossing the bridge any minute. I won't be on much today. I actually have to run some errands. I'm going to try and bounce out of here by like 11. Because I have to go run over and pick up some lights for a shoot. And I have to get some permits, you know, the usual business stuff. We do have a Discord. If you guys are not members, Kate can post a link to it, or Marley. Join this goofy aviation crew, and when I'm not live you guys can just talk amongst each other because you guys all have become friends. Kyle was moderator for a while and it ended up in terrible disaster where he pissed off everybody. Oh yeah, that was a funny moment when we started singing. I have the voice that would make somebody from a coma wake up and tell me to shut up. How many people does it take to hold these cones? 3. I think they may be training. Todd voted you in, man, so you guys should technically blame Todd for you becoming a moderator. Kyle was innocent. He was framed by Todd. Let's put it at that. And Marley's pretty much said, oh God, she knows that that's gonna end terribly. Maybe when the moderator applications open up again, I will make Kyle a mod temporarily. And then we will see the disaster that awaits us. All right, looks like now it's United's time to start departing Sky Harbor. As we have the slowest taxi by our United flight that's going to be headed to Denver. So welcome everybody, welcome to Sky Harbor International Airport. My name is Slavin, I run this little channel. The flight we're watching is United 789 as the taxis for departure, headed to Denver. Then we're going to get American 1398 headed to Albuquerque, and then United 1354 headed to Washington. So the next flight, that one is going to Albuquerque, and this United is going to be headed to Washington. And then right over here we have a Southwest that just popped out from the bridge. And looks like over there we do have pushback of a Delta Pencil Boy to 757 that is going to be headed to Minneapolis. That is Delta 2758. It's a Boeing 757. Is it considered a wide body or a narrow body? And what is the difference, if you don't mind me asking? There's our flying pencil that's departing for Minneapolis. And looks like our United for Denver has finally made it to the runway. That's going to be followed by our American Airlines that headed to Albuquerque. So that is United 789 headed to Denver. And then we have American Airlines 1398. So it might be a couple of Trenton burns. By the time the American gets there, the United should be airborne. So get ready for some rapid action. Also, I will be doing a giveaway on my Instagram. If you guys don't follow our Instagram, give it a follow. I usually used to do giveaways, but then people complained because they wanted to win, but they didn't win because their name wasn't selected. So I'm going to continue doing one today. Enjoy Denver. And up next is American 1398 headed to Albuquerque. followed by United 1354 headed to Washington. And then we're going to have our Contour Aviation that heads to Page. Also, if you guys ever want to create a video that's going to be controversial on aviation, if you need to increase your reach on Instagram, state a really wrong fact about an airline and all the freaking neckbeards are going to show up. They're like, actually, it's this. It's like, perfect, you fell into my trap. It's an hour and 40-minute flight to Albuquerque. Albuquerque is like a north version of Tucson, Arizona. It just exists and people don't know why. And I'm no longer welcome in Albuquerque. But I like it, it's kind of artsy. And up next is our United that is going to be headed to Washington. I bet you that Southwest is going to love the fact that it can just turn and burn. Think about it, this is pretty crazy. This plane is probably traveling like almost 100 miles an hour, and we're watching it as it gains speed and then slowly lifts off. That's your food for thought today. Okay, we have pushback of a Southwest. And then up next we're going to be getting Southwest 2520 headed to Milwaukee. But the Southwest we are looking at is Southwest 1506 headed to Denver. It's being pushed back. And on the arrival, we have a United Express Embraer 175, which is pretty cool. I'm still getting used to seeing the Embraers in United colors, coming in for a landing. And we have our Contour Aviation Embraer that's going to be followed up by the 757. But roaring down the runway is Southwest 2520 headed to Milwaukee. So go take a look at the flight to Milwaukee. And happy Friday, everybody. You made it to the end of the week. Give yourself a pat on the back. What's up, Noah? Long time no see, man. and the 757 is pushing out. So we're gonna have an Advanced Air Beach Super King going next. Miss Wolves, happy Friday. Yes. So there it is. There's a little United Express. I know I'm geeking out about it, but it's cool seeing them. And we have some pushback. We have another 737 being pushed back as we continue our ground coverage while we wait for more action. Last stream we had Jason Cam, one of our followers was working, so we made sure we found him and filmed him. Alright guys, Contour Aviation has made its way to the end of the runway. So let's go take a look at the Contour Aviation Embraer. Headed to Page, and that 757 is headed to Minneapolis. I kind of missed peak season here in Phoenix because we would get a lot of the Delta Heavies, a lot of snowbirds escaping the north, and then a lot of 787s tend to fly in during that time. Alrighty, from the looks of it, looks like they're about to disconnect the 737. The new Cardinals jerseys look like they were designed by a freaking 6-year-old. They're terrible. Michael Bidwell needs to sell the team, and I know I'm probably going to get blacklisted if he hears me saying this. I don't know, they've had some terrible luck, man. There's allegations against them. Star players don't want to play for them. Like, they got to do some serious soul searching. Like, Michael Bidwell was a great owner in the beginning, but I don't know, he kind of lost his way of competitive touch. They're terrible jerseys, by the way. Okay guys, the flying pencil is about to make its way to the end of the runway. We also have Southwest 2172 landing in from San Diego. So let's go take a look at the landing, and by the time it lands we should be able to film the 757. I'm kind of excited to take the show on the road, guys. Like when we do Los Angeles, it's going to be a lot of fun. flying pencil is finally pulled up and getting ready to depart for Minneapolis. The flying pencil is everybody's favorite. It's a shame Boeing never created a successor. It would be cool seeing like a successor in the form of like a 787. Like that type of design. That'd be pretty sweet. I'm pretty sure Delta inherited a lot of these when they merged with Northwest. And what is this I see? Is this... is that another flying pencil? No, it's an Airbus. Looks kind of similar to it. And look at this. The Southwest is tailgating another Southwest. It's like a BMW driver. That is the most hilarious thing ever. Oh yeah. Little Kyler Murray. So up next we have American Airlines 515 headed to Cancun. And then we have Southwest 2191 that's being tailgated by another Southwest, which... this can be a meme. The guy is extremely close. Oh yeah, literally the Southwest is like, the front guy is me driving 95 miles an hour and that's a BMW driver right behind him. That's the most hilarious thing ever. Well, we have a new meme. It's the Southwest pilots tailgating each other. Oh, the distance has kind of pushed back a little bit. So we have Southwest 2191 going Colorado Springs, being chased by Southwest 1776 going to Sacramento. My Sacramento Kings did terribly yesterday. They could not make a shot to save their life. But honestly, it was a fun season. I am pretty sure the Warriors are going to end up winning. And here comes our Volaris A320. And over here we have some more pushback action. So our Colorado Springs flight is officially shaking his Southwest colleague from Sacramento. The Volaris Polaris Tequila plane. Let's go take a look at it as we wait for the Colorado Springs. I kind of like the different color cowlings. Is that what they call those engine things? What are you doing, Southwest? So Polaris is one of our international carriers that flies to Mexico. If you need to recalibrate your eyes, just look at their tail. Looks like a pixel. And our Colorado Springs flight is patiently waiting, which is surprising. Golden. And then let's go take a look at our flight that's headed to Sacramento. He was eagerly tailgating the other plane. Hi Pip, welcome. And then Will says V1 rotate. And off to Sacramento they go. I'm actually wearing a Sacramento Kings shirt. Also, check this out. That is a Canyon Blue livery, Southwest. And we have Jeff from England. And Mulong is in University of North Dakota. I think that's where it means. So, all right, let's go take a look at the Frontier flights. I don't know what that is. Just looks like a freaking flower. Frontier has like a flower. So let's go take a look what exactly the Frontier is. Flo de Flamingo livery. It looks like a freaking flower. So let's take a look over in this general area as more planes are pulling up for departure. So we have American Airlines 1673 going to Detroit, followed by 1829 headed to Reno. And we have Southwest 1735 headed to Cancun. But first up for departure is SkyWest 3013 headed to San Jose. So let's go take a look at our San Jose bound flight that is already roaring down the runway. And there's a couple of other plane spotters that have just showed up. have a couple more. What is that? Here we go, guys. Here comes the Amazon Boeing 737. I think it's operated by either Sun Country or Swift. One of the others. I already forgot where this American is headed. So up next is American 1673 headed to Detroit, and then American 1829 headed to Reno. So our first flight is going to Detroit, and then the following one is headed to Reno. That's very crazy, man. You get on like a metal tube and you're like you can be across the world or go across the country. It's wild. What is this? And we have our flight headed to Reno, so let's film that next. Golden, we're airborne. What is that? Is that a Delta? No, that's an Allegiant that was landing. That was Delta. And we have our Prime Air 737 crossing the runway. And up next for departure is Southwest 1735 headed to Cancun, and then we're going to have SkyWest 4928 headed to Bakersfield. But first, let's catch the Allegiant as it taxis across the runway. Travel is our deal, Allegiant Airlines. You will be delayed. We promise you. Cross that airline of potential employers in the future. Hey Daniel, long time no see, brother. People headed to Cancun, jealous. I want to go to Cancun. And we have Victor from Panama. Hello, my Panamanian friend. We all try and greet each other here. I think at one point we had like people from South Africa, from New England, from England, from New Zealand, from everywhere. That's what makes the internet a beautiful place. We can all share. If you guys like the channel, we do offer memberships. It helps fund our parking and it helps fund for future meetups we have here. They're as low as $2. You guys can get a membership. And I always share like little videos here and there. But the easiest way you can support the channel is just click the like, notification, and subscribe. heating up. All right, guys, let's see how much longer I will be out here. This heat is kind of getting to me, Jesus. And we have the Lone Wolf from the UK. Yeah, this airport, we don't get as many large planes, but when we do, we get excited. So up next, we have Southwest 818 headed to Midway, Chicago. And let's see, maybe in 19 minutes, if the Delta 757 lands this way, it'll be a perfect way to end the channel. So our Southwest is headed to Midway Airport. So we will get the US Marshals plane departing, and that will be it, guys. I gotta go. I don't feel good. That is our final plane over there. So up next is American Airlines 501 headed to Mexico City. So let's take a look at the Mexico City flight as it roars down the runway. See, if I was in the shade, it wouldn't be a problem, but I didn't bring any water, so kind of gets to me. I'm gonna get the most wicked sunburn from today, guys. And we have a little CRJ on the edge of the runway. SkyWest 4972 headed to Laredo. Oh, I got hiccups now. Followed by SkyWest 4949 headed to Flagstaff. So remember, smash that like, subscribe, click notification for future live streams. Maybe one of these days we're gonna do a nighttime stream. And the second I gotta look over my back, I hear somebody. And there's our U.S. Marshals plane. It happens. I have like the worst farmer tan because I always work outside, and yeah. So up next we have our U.S. Marshals plane. As it departs, and if you hear that bell, that means they're going on an adventure. It means one of our flights is about to push back. And you can see the ground crew is starting to push back a lot of the Southwest flights. And up next we have American 499. It's an Airbus A321. Headed to Philadelphia. Yes, sir, that's the exit right over there. Yeah, that's the exit, so the guy got confused. Hold on, let me help this guy out. I don't want him to die. Be right back. We're gonna go assist somebody right now. Stand by. Okay, cool. A gentleman got confused. I can't understand why the airport can be a confusing place. So I don't want him to go the wrong way and crash into somebody. You always have to be polite, honestly. Like, help other people, don't be a jerk. Because I feel like present day society, we've all kind of lost the human touch and human element. Like, it's a lot easier for people to just, in a sense, ignore others. But sometimes it's always good to help people. Also, you gotta be careful who you help, because then you can end up becoming a lamp inside of their house if they're weird. So we have American Airlines 500 headed to Boise. I have never been to Boise, but I know Kanye West has a house there. Also, the Phoenix Suns, they beat the Clippers yesterday, barely. The Clippers didn't have Kawhi Leonard, so. And then I heard there was a bunch of issues. People could not even watch the game because it was on Bally Sports. It just sucks, man. They're like selling all of these rights to different networks. Honestly, it was a lot easier when you had cable, because once you get all the streaming services, it's actually more expensive than cable. Little boy, look at it. Adios, small plane. So let's wait for that A321 to get into position. Honestly, Daniel, if they had Paul George and Kawhi Leonard, they would beat the Suns, not even kidding you. Paul George, he's one of those players, if he's not on your team, you hate him. But dude, he is so freaking talented. The Clippers are freaking cursed, man. They're cursed. They cannot stay healthy to save their life. Alright guys, up next we have American Airlines 2085 headed to Sacramento. Now we're going to get an Airbus A320 operated by Delta. They just pulled out. It's going to be headed to Salt Lake City. Hi, NextJet. Remember, smash that like, guys. Let's get to 100 likes. I'd really appreciate it. And if Lucille is watching this, how are you doing, Lucille? Lucille's like the mama of the group. She once brought me cookies. Hey, Kevin. So up next we have SkyWest 3096 headed to Monterey. That's roaring down the runway. And you can see more Delta planes are starting to show up. And we have somebody from Detroit. Howdy. And for those of you that are first time here, welcome to Sky Harbor International Airport. We are live. Appreciate you guys. We are Fly Phoenix Sky Harbor. You can give us a follow on Instagram. And we're going to keep it a clean feed today, like I said. There's our Southwest 737. A little tired, guys, a little tired, but we're rolling. I will announce it. Maybe in the next couple of weeks I will be probably either Imperial Hill or somewhere around there. So we have American Airlines 1160 going to LAX. I have a couple of big shoots coming up, and once those shoots are over with, I'm planning kind of like a vacation where I'm going to maybe plane spot the first day, and then the rest of the time I'm going to spend some time with my lady, because she's been very appreciative of, or very supportive, and I really appreciate her for just being by my side through all the craziness that has gone on this past like year and a half. So when I come, I will let you know. We can maybe even go to Proud Bird. I'll buy you some food. And if you ever get a chance to meet me, I'm pretty much as genuine as they come. I'll tell you how I feel, and I'm always a very polite person. Those that have met me can tell you. Ugh. Oh my God, look at it, guys. It's the purple poop truck. They exist. Gonna go get the flavors. So on this channel, we have an obsession with the lav truck. We even have an emoji with the lav truck if you become a member on the channel. Cool, dude. I'll hit you up, man. Not a problem. I've never been to Van Nuys. Hopefully it's nice. So we have American Eagle, operated by Envoy 3466, headed to Ontario. I will always tell you my story of when I flew to Ontario for a shoot, and then they booked both my hotel and my rent-a-car in Ontario, Canada. That was the most hilarious time ever. I had to sleep in this motel that I thought I was going to get mugged. But here we have a breeze sighting. I kind of miss going to the beach, guys. I like swimming in the cold ocean water. Feels good. That's the best feeling. Like when you run into that water and the cold waves hit you, it's like, yes. Cool, we hit 100 likes. I really appreciate you guys for doing that. Those likes help the algorithm tell, hey, people are watching. Maybe we should recommend it to more people. So up next we have our Delta Airlines A320, most likely headed to Salt Lake City, because usually that is what the Delta A320 primarily serves here. Yep, it's Delta 1570 headed to Salt Lake City, and we have Southwest 3002 headed to Dallas. I can't even talk anymore, I'm tired. Close your doors. There we go. Ugh, tired. And you can see quite the lineup of planes getting ready to depart. So up next is American Airlines 663 headed to Kona. And check this out. We have a second flying pencil sighting. Alright friends, I'm starting to fade, in case you guys haven't noticed. Sometimes there's a lineup, but the craziest that I've ever seen the airport was during the NFL big game weekend. That was wild, seeing how many planes departed. So up next is Southwest 2225 headed to LAX. We have 9 planes waiting to depart, and then American 1633 headed to Burbank will be next. And then our final plane is going to actually be Breeze. Golden departure. So we have our American Airlines flight going to Burbank. I'm uncomfortable, guys. The sun has like heated me up like crazy. Hold your landing gear, come on. Landing, there we go. Legend has it, there, that flight we filmed a few months ago still had its landing gear out. And then over there we have our Delta Connect flight operated by SkyWest. It is headed to LAX. Oh my God, the Breeze is headed to Bentonville, which I think is hilarious. So there we have it. We have our Delta Connect flight that's headed to Los Angeles. So let's see it take off. This plane just constantly keeps going back and forth between LAX and Phoenix. Pretty cool seeing though. Getting dry throat because I don't have water on me. So Bentonville is in Arkansas, right guys? And since I can't see where he's headed, we're gonna have to make up our mind. Say he's going to Dallas or something, I don't know. This plane's actually headed to Chicago to ORD. Alrighty friends, as our time comes to a close and we're going to catch the Breeze flight, I just want to remind you to be good people. Never go to bed angry. Tell your loved ones you love them, because you'll never know, like you may regret it. So as we await the Breeze plane, just want to remind you guys, thank you all for being on with us today, and until next time, so let's catch this Breeze going to Bentonville, and then I gotta go be an adult and run a bunch of errands for business. So I appreciate you guys for being on here, and happy Friday everyone. So let's catch this and then I will sign off. Click like, subscribe. I appreciate you guys. We do have a Discord. Join the Discord if you want to keep the party going. It's always a pleasure having new people join the community. Alrighty friends, it's always a pleasure having you guys on the channel. So hope you guys have a wonderful weekend, and subscribe if you liked what you watched. Subscribe and click the notification, and I will see you guys soon. So take care my friends. Take care and God bless.